Do you have questions about buying or selling a home, not sure if you're qualified? Your local real estate agent Antoinette Ware is here for you. Do you live out of town, moving out of town, or looking for investment property? Well, let's work together and make it happen. Antoinette Ware can be reached at 419-917-6258. The name you know, celebrating over 20 years, serving Toledo and surrounding areas. Frida's Cleaning Service is a small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, the Frida's Cleaning Service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567
That's a snap from the petrol. Mr. Trap rap no biz up from the mud to the tub. And I'm rocking out with Queen Silvy and Tim. You know.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11. Good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim. Get smooth with Tim. They have you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show, got the #1 spot. Look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, it is Smooth Tim, and thank you for dropping by and spending another terrific Tuesday with us on the multiple award-winning Queen Silvy Show. It is now my esteemed pleasure to bring to you the Queen herself, sexiest granny in the world, Queen Silvy.
Yes, that and so much more. Yes, I am Queen. You better believe I'm Queen. On this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. Good
You got
morning.
this programmed. Is that how that's working?
No, you just got it like that. Hello, because I'm Queen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world today. Yes, I'm that. Gotcha. How are you, Smooth?
I'm doing terrific on this Tuesday, Queen, and how are you doing?
As always, I'm supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I suppose, is 24/7, 365. Queen Silvy, you're simply...
I know. Amazing. Double true that, yes, I am amazing. But you are amazing, Smooth. You are amazing. We have an amazing guest today, as well as some announcements, don't we?
We absolutely have some announcements. As always, our hearts and prayers are going out around the world as much as we preach to them to practice faith over fear. Do they listen to us? No. We got stuff escalating all over the place. You know, there's shooting missiles at each other still and even more. Chill out, people.
Right.
And domestically, hey, we've got squabbles over all kinds of different things.
So much is
My
going
goodness. It's amazing. The
Even
chaos.
in the neighborhoods, okay?
Oh, yeah. It's, geez, you know, hey, love thy neighbor is so much easier. And again, faith over fear.
That's right.
My goodness. Yeah, let's see here. If you haven't caught up with any of our past shows, last week's Queen Silvy show, and the last week's Tim's Tidbits, the last week's the Now You Know show, you know how you can catch up on it? You can go to our YouTube channel. And when you go to YouTube, simply type in The Queen Silvy Show, and you'll get the results of all three of those shows, as well as other projects that Queen and I are involved in.
That's right.
Pretty entertaining channel, so while you're there, hey, please subscribe.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Anyhow, how about some analytics from last week's show, Queen? From the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Germany, Poland, Africa, Ireland, France, Australia. And we really appreciate you.
Yes, we
tuning
do.
on in.
We most definitely do. In fact, if you're watching this live, I want you to know, Smooth and myself, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on our archive,
Our love is everlasting,
our love
Queen.
is everlasting, Smooth. We love
Indeed.
and appreciate you on this terrific Tuesday, the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. We are honored that you are here. You do have time to be kind and spread the word for someone else to go on in and get some of this super greatness we have in store for you. Before I get things going, what I'd like to do at this moment is
Probably.
I'd like to share some motivational words from The Queen Silvy Show. Always be the first-rate version of yourself and not the second-rate version of someone else. Forget about being impressive and commit to being real, because being real is impressive. And when you step into your power and your true authentic self, you shine. And there's nothing more vital to your life than living an authentically empowered life. So be brave, be bold, be authentic, but be you. That's right. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you, baby. Yes, you. That's what we want you to do. I also want you to pass the word around for someone else. Be kind, if you will, so they can come on in and get some of the super greatness we have in store for you. But I do want to give some shout outs to my nice, wonderful, deserving kings and queens all over the world, like Carmen Jewel of Massage Therapy by Carmen, Simone Enterprise and Entertainment Company, and the Simone Family Foundation. A Journey Through Healing with Beatrice Crawford Daniels, Kinsley Patino, Queen Jenna, Queen Ashley, Follette Clark, and Cornette Rawls.
Shout out to you.
To Helen Myers, Peace Myers, Corey and Casey Patino, and Joan Mercer.
Shout out to you.
To Queen Aaliyah, Asia Tay, Maya Camille, and Dejour.
Shout out to you.
To my grandsons, Omari, Jonathan Jr., Tyron, and the great-grandson, DJ.
Shout out to you.
To Jonathan Easley, Lee Allen Sr., Wade and Katrina, Melvin, and Teresa, LP, and Cynthia.
Shout out to you.
To Queen Sonia, Kaki, Shanika, Alana, Brianna, and Precious.
Shout out to you.
I think I need to clear my throat. One moment, please.
Woof, woof. Meow. Mmm.
Ooh, don't knock it till you try it. To Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys, Matt and Tracy, and the All-American Girls. Hey.
Shout out to you.
To Pamela Anderson, Patricia Wilhelm McGiffin, C. Shorty Franklin, Renita Easley, Gold Rosa, and Donna Ferry.
Shout out to you.
To my good friends over there, in Africa, Amy Kanema, Websterito, Hostile Flow, Hero Boy, and Princess Ariel Lua.
Shout out to you.
Sabrina Williams, Diane Pinky Harmon, Sassy Savage, Robin Taylor, and DJ Team Broke 100.
Shout out to you.
To my good friends in United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Bethany Jones, and Kay Cross.
Shout out to you.
To Lorenzo Gabaniza, Christine Lewis Anderson, James and Audrey, Series Edition, Nana Linda Hartley.
Shout out to you.
Edith Bearhook, Queen D. Brown, Sandra and Ben Johnson, Melody Gorf Dobb, Miguel Montalban, Brian Pearson, and my good friend, Joe Maz.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, if you would love to be shouted out, if you have someone you would love for us to shout out and represent, hey, we'll hook you up 3 days a week, every Tuesday, with the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show every Wednesday, with Tim's Tidbits, special co-host Larry E. out of Dallas, Texas, and again, every Thursday, with the Now You Know Show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, as we bring the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world just for you. Check out these resources. And when we get back, the ball is rolling with super greatness, all for you on The Queen Silvy Show. Small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, LaFrida's cleaning service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567-249-9172. LaFrida's Cleaning Service. Our reputation is always spotless. We are back on this terrific Tuesday. I hope you are kind to spread the word for someone else to come on in and get some of the super greatness we have in store for you. A prominent figure in the music industry, having made significant strides throughout his career. With a distinctive style, unique voice, create vision, and unwavering dedication paving the way for an enduring musical legacy, you are in for a treat. Sharing his journey, authenticity, and exceptional music, live from Los Angeles, California, executive producer, rapper, music engineer, songwriter, performer, music producer, video director, business consultant, author, and mogul. I introduce to you Rich OG. Woo! I was like gonna have to say, I'll be right back. Gotta get some more breath. It's a scroll. It's a scroll. Scroll going on,
I'm
and
gonna bring you some Gatorade.
right. I'm like, but you know what? It's good to have all those wonderful, positive, making money things that you're doing right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Originally from Memphis, Tennessee, now making waves in Los Angeles. Share with me what motivated you to start creating music.
Well, it goes all the way back to elementary. My grandmother had a piano in her house and an organ in her house. So she was one of the very, very few people that had a piano and an organ. And actually, still to date, X amount of years later, I've still haven't seen another person that had a piano and an organ in their house.
Right.
Because she used to play, church music all the time, of course. And she was a school teacher. So even when I was in the womb, I was listening to music. So thanks to grandma. So it all started with her.
That's what's up. Shout out to grandma. That's what's up. I had spoons. I'm going to just keep it real. With eight siblings and all, you can go outside and play. Well, I didn't have really nothing to play back in them days. Not saying I'm old, but it was spoons and sticks. You know, I used to flick sticks together and make music and beats. So, hey, be creative however you can.
And and then from there, a good school friend of mine, Daryl Smith, they call him Speedy. He was like a super phenomenal athlete back in the day and in the 80s. And so I used to go over his house and he used to go over my house. And that was back when we had the cassettes. These modern people, they don't know about the cassettes. They want to stream everything, right?
Or try 8-track.
Yeah. Right after the 8-tracks was the cassettes, exactly. So we used to put NWA in from the West Coast, of course. And that was it. LL Cool J, De La Soul, Yeah, groups like that, acts like that. We'll put those guys into the cassette, and we'll get a piece of paper and a pen, and we'll just write all the lyrics and rewind,
That's how it's done.
rewind until we wrote every single verse. So I wasn't creating music then, but I was sort of kind of honing in on it from that point, just getting used to writing. I didn't know any bar structure. I didn't know what 16 bars was. I didn't learn all that until later on in high school.
Okay.
And so from there, late elementary, I started beatboxing. Then when I got to high school, I started rapping because I was in class with a guy named Terrence Poindexter, and his brother was an affiliate of the 3 6 Mafia, and I think his name was Lil Glock. And so right there, I was sitting in class, and I was like, "That's your brother?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, and then the light went off in my head, like, this could possibly happen for me. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make it happen for me.
Right.
And that's where it all started.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now you've been in the game now for how long?
Long enough to have sawdust behind my ears. Now I'm just season. She like, where in the world?
Right. I'm like,
country.
come
Yeah,
on
I'm
now.
pretty country. I'm from Memphis.
That's what's up.
But it's like an urban country in Memphis. But yeah. So really, see, 3 decades basically.
See, I gave
Yeah,
you a
3
math
decades.
problem right there.
Yeah, 3 decades strong. Yeah.
Flow master because of those mad freestyle skills since high school, but now you're known as Rich OG. And for anyone who is unaware, OG is the slang term for original gangster or someone who is incredibly exceptional, authentic, or old school. So tell me the meaning behind Rich OG and his style of music.
Yeah, no, you're totally on it. You hit it on the head. I couldn't explain it any better. A lot of times people affiliate the word gangster with criminality. I'm not sure about that, and reason I say that is because with all due respect, I mean, they look at Christopher Columbus as a gangster. But we sort of kind of praise him in Western society, even though he never touched down in North America, in the continent. So this is one of those things. So yeah, the Rich OG moniker basically came from just me having so much experience, like you said, in the game, of the music game, and always, sparing no expense. I was taught a long time ago, a lot of people try to laugh at you, but a wise man once told me, he said, we're going to take their laugh and put it in our pocket.
Right.
And so I said, that's real. And then the other part of it, it was like, Rich OG is because you will never break me. No matter how many people trick me, lie to me, scam me, steal from me, whatever they want to do to me, I'm always going to get up every single day and go and get more bread. Bread, aka money, aka moolah, dinero, cheese.
Right.
You know what I mean? Swiss.
Right.
Yeah,
Get that cheddar. Get that cheddar too. But
cheddar,
that's what's
cheddar,
up.
that big
Well, you
cheddar.
got to
So,
have that
yeah,
mindset
that's
anyway.
where it come from.
But that's a good
Huh?
mindset to have. You feel me? You got to have a backup plan on everything. Your backup plan is to never give up, to go for the gold and some. And when it comes to the industry, you have your hands in more areas than one, which I think is very smart. But what's the ultimate goal that you want for your music or for you to achieve in your career
Right.
as a musician?
Thank you for that question. So my ultimate goal is to have 3 songs break the top 20 Billboard, which I haven't accomplished yet, but I'm working on that. So that's my ultimate goal. That will pretty much solidify me in American music history. And so from there, just basically become a major executive powerhead, and look forward to help, cultivate the generations after me musically. When it comes to music, open up a few music schools, things of that nature, bring back live instruments back into not even say into the curriculum, but just make it accessible to the community, the global community.
We
Yeah.
need some of that too. And with all these things that you do, what's your passion? What's the passion that keeps you going? The drive, not money.
The passion,
Yeah.
yeah, the passion. No, definitely not the money. I spend more than I make. You're probably familiar with that in
Right.
business. In business, you spend a whole lot more than you make. You may have a cousin or whatever, and they like, Queen, We know about your barbecue restaurant. When is it going to open up? You're like, well, yeah, I bought the land, I built the building. Now I'm putting the freezers in, and I'm putting in the burners and the microwaves and the security cameras and the furniture and the aesthetics. So they don't get it. We're not going to hold them to it, right? We
Right?
get it. And so
Yeah.
my passion overall is just being able to just hear a beat. You know, working with different producers all over the world. I have producers from all over the world. Just hearing a beat. I produce as well, but I don't spend as much time producing as I do everything else nowadays, because I accomplished such great heights with production already. So it was like, okay, cool. Everybody else want to do it too, cool. So I have no problem with sharing the spotlight. So my greatest passion, if I had to sum it up, would be to hear a beat, whether I made it or someone else made it, whatever, and then from there, just being able to come up with a concept, a real nice concept, and then start jotting it down. I know once, many years ago, about 13, 14 years ago, I was at DJ Super Wheel's house, and that's used to be one of Master P DJs whenever he came to Memphis. And this gentleman, he's paraplegic, he's in a wheelchair, but he's so determined to make beats, that he still make beats even just by moving one little hand. That's the only thing he can move is his hand like this. And so I was at his house one day at his studio, and we was working on one of my new albums. And so he constructed like 15 tracks. He already had them made, and I went through his library and I picked out what I liked. And so from there, I jumped in the car, drove back to North Memphis from South Memphis, and sat in my driveway, dropped the convertible on my vehicle, and just sat in my car and just wrote all 15 songs in 12 hours. I got to my house at 12 noon. I was finished writing the project. I mean, I'm sorry, at
I
12
heard
midnight.
about
I
that.
was finished writing the project by 12 noon. The whole project, all 15 songs, 3 verses on each one, intro, outro, the whole nine, no cap. And so just being able to create that feat, and I use that as a testimony, not to brag, definitely not to do that, but to inspire others that, man, there is no limit to your mind. If you just have to get your mind focused. And that particular day, I had just came off of working a full shift and some. So it's like, oh, I just got off work. I'm gonna go home, go to sleep. Get you some rest, little baby. I'm not here grinding. So yeah, ultimately, if I had to sum it up, it's just being able to just make a complete song from start to finish, being able to hear the beat, write it, and just dwell in it and rehearse it. And yeah, that's what brings me the greatest joy for the music business. Just being able to create a new song, and it's not gonna be typecast, which means like, oh, he's from Memphis, so it's gonna sound like Memphis. No, not necessarily. So it's gonna sound like whatever the bed of beats sound like, you know. So if someone sends me an East Coast beat, I can get with that East Coast flavor. Somebody send me a West Coast beat, I can get with that West Coast flavor. If somebody send me a bounce Florida or bounce Louisiana beat, I can get with that flavor as well. So my ultimate goal, or my ultimate enjoyment, is just to be able to create out of thin air.
I like your mindset. You're headstrong and determined right there. You're gonna step on anybody that get in your way from your goal and your purpose that you have in life. You've been doing it for a while, and the hip hop music industry is dominated by some pretty talented and creative rappers. And the thing about it is, you and I would consider us old school. You feel me? But then in the midst of old school came social media, came the pandemic, came these internet overnight sensations and wannabes and things like this right here. So, you tell me, because you still in the game, because you got it like that. What is it about you that stands out? What's that unique thing about you that got you still in the game?
Well, I mean, it's just a love for it. I actually love for it, and the responses I get, they're over the top. They're incredible. I've never, well, most time in most cases when I pull up on somebody back in the day in the CD days, right? I may not be commercially recognizable, but when I take my CD and I put it in their car trying to sell it for $10 back in the day, they like, I want 2 of them. I want 3 of them. I want one. I'm gonna get these for my grandson. I'm gonna get these for my sister. I'm gonna get this for my dad. And that right there just constantly just would continue to remind me that you got a good thing going on.
Hmm.
So that's what continues to, to keep me grounded and to keep me having excitement about the game. Like you said, over the years, a lot of people have come, a lot of people have gone, and you can't take that to heart. You know, you've had different teammates around you, and you know, life takes you different places. People start, you know, moving on to different careers and everything like that, which is understandable, respectable. The last thing I should do is get in my feelings about that and just, you know, let them have their part in space and time, and I'm gonna have mine. And you know, it is what it is. I just really, really enjoy it, you know. So that's really it. And then, as far as old school is concerned, it's funny because so many records sample older stuff. It is like, well, if you're gonna sample the older stuff, why not go get the older stuff and they'll go get the real deal older stuff? Like, you know, if you're gonna sample a LL Cool J record, why don't you just go ahead and hit LL up and feature him on the record? But you know, it's not my call.
Let me ask you a question. You step you back about 60 seconds, and you said about talking about having to hustle CDs so that you can make ends, right? Anyhow, can I ask you, what's really the difference between having to do that today than having your music streamed down for free and you're not getting a dime? Isn't that still kind of the hustle we have to do out there?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that is a hustle. Unfortunately, you know, they have a monopoly on the game. So, like, I'm sitting in the car right now. There is not a CD player in sight. You know, very rare will I see a CD player in a vehicle. So they have monopolized the game and pretty much cut out the independent guy from being able to buy CD press and duplication towers, where I used to make 50 CDs at a time or pay somebody to make, you know, 50 CDs at a time.
Exactly.
Right. So they just pretty much monopolized the game. But you know what? I saw a stat last week, you know, if I'm not mistaken, my number's going to be pretty close. The sale of CDs are up about 10% right now. And I don't know who's buying them, but they're up. LPs are up about 12% right now. I don't know who's buying them, but they're up. Well, so, I mean, you know, that's a small number in a big, big, big industry like it is. You know, you guys probably have received the information about legislation is starting to correct the splits on streams. Now I think it's up to like 1 cent when it used to be 0.001 cent, something crazy. And you know, last year Snoop Dogg came and he did an interview and he said something to the effect of he had a large amount of streams. I don't quote me on the actual number, but it was a large amount. And he said he only had a check for like $40,000, and he said that was not fair. He wasn't into it. And matter of fact, Pharrell, I just saw this 2 days ago. Pharrell just released like a secret album, and I think it has like 10 songs on it, just going out strictly to his mailing list. You can go and do the research, and he's not making it available to digital platforms. He's only making it available if you go directly to his website. I know this for a fact. You can look that up when you guys get time. That's a great way to do things. The only problem with that is if you're not a mega star like Pharrell,
right,
then you're going to spend a whole lot of money just to let people know you even exist in order to even go to your website. I have a website. I have had offers where people coming to me like, hey man, you can stream from your site. Well, the problem with that for me personally would be that now when I go into negotiations with Universal, Interscope, which is the same thing, Capital, Virgin, Atlantic, or whoever, Columbia, now all of a sudden they're like, well, how do we know your numbers are real? These numbers are just coming from you. So I have to make sure I have to put these records in a platform that they quote unquote control, have investment capital tied into it. And that way they can look and see for themselves, oh, he just streamed 4 million records last week. And, you know, that way I can get that established that way. But yeah, it's very tricky. It's a very tricky matrix to try to navigate through and around, but it can be done. And so, yeah, here we are.
The thing used to be to get signed to a record label. Then the record label screws you up and takes the money, right? Now that things have changed, and now we have independent artists. It's about being independent. You are your own record company. That's why you have a scroll of achievements and goals and talents that you do. It takes that to do it. But because things have changed and now it's about independence, the government and the assholes figure out a way to still milk you and get your money. Just like you say, it's so hard to get out there and stream, so you got an extra hustle, you got an extra grind. I mean, it ain't no joke. It's a serious thing, the music industry and how they play how they play people, because they do. But now, since your college days and the creation of the song Jack and Jill, you think I didn't know, but I do know. How much,
Right.
how much and in what ways have you matured when it comes to music and songwriting?
Well, so you can imagine from a business aspect is where my maturity has really, really blossomed. The creative part, if it's in you, it's in you. You know what I mean? If you know how to play the guitar, you're gonna be able to play it for life. So the creative part, that's pretty much gonna always be there. It's pretty much, a lot of people like, that's not really the case. But my business acumen is where I really grow that. Coming from down south, things move a little bit slower intellectually than they do in New York and LA. And I used to try to tell people that all the time. If you take a snapshot of Memphis, Tennessee, and I love my city, but if you take a snapshot of Memphis, Tennessee in the year 2000, and you take a snapshot of New York in the year 1940, an aerial shot, you would see the same thing. And that's because of the banking industry is what fuels the growth around you 360 degrees. It's not an individual that fuels the growth. It's the banking industry. So when you don't have a banking industry and a banking culture, then you can imagine how slow it is for things to grow, which is why when you look over the landscape of the music industry, you only see productivity in 5 to 10 cities at the most. And you can imagine we have over 5,000 cities in the United States. So why is it 5 or 10? Because that's where the banking structure is set up at.
And some of that, do you believe some of that set up around realtor of both residential and industrial and business marketing, and it really is demographically driven?
I think everything you just named, residential, commercial, business, all of that, I think that still comes back down to the banking sector, respectfully. Because without the banking dollars, there is no new neighborhood that's going to be erected for people to live at. There's going to be a limited amount of commercial properties because there's not a company that's going to come in and rent out that space. So it's sort of kind of nestled in hand, if you will, because all of a sudden Amazon just say, okay, we got a new plot of land that we just purchased, 200 acres in the middle of, Oklahoma. There's nothing around. As soon as that plant dropped, now all of a sudden the residential investors pop in and like, oh, we see the projections already. Now they start populating the area with activity. And then from there, you start to get your shopping centers and your malls. But it all started with that dollar. Amazon don't bring that dollar. And you know this to be the truth too, sir, as well, because as soon as they remove the dollars, now you have Flint, Michigan.
Exactly, correct.
Right.
Toledo, Ohio.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Hey, man, yeah.
But going back real quick, just one little step back, if you don't mind. One other thing that was very amazing to me back in my CD days was when I go to different cities and the bootleg man had my CD with him bootlegging. And they said a lot of rich people and famous people, they get offended, they get mad, upset, want to beat the bootleg man up. I was like, man, that's a lot of love. He was like, yeah, man, I got your CD right here, bro. Everybody wanted it. I'm like, man, that's what I'm talking about, because he's not going to be carrying around stuff that people don't like.
Right.
He's like, what am I doing that for? Why am I going to get 100 CDs of this bad stuff and I'm just going to tote it around? What is going to be a cup holder? I mean, what is this? So it was one of those type of things where that was an eye opener for me as well. And I would love to see that when I was on the road, like, wow, these guys are bootlegging my music. That means people are liking it. I wasn't offended. I might give them an extra copy or whatever. Here goes a new one for you, man. Go and burn that one too, brother, if you don't mind, type of thing. Yeah.
Right. Right. That's what's up.
But yeah, back on the page that we were just on, the whole growth thing is just my intellectual growth coming to the West Coast. I've been out here for 13 years now. And I came out here with a mission to get relationships on the executive level because I had hit a ceiling down south. And, I'm not in a fraternity. I'm not in a street gang. And I'm not a lot of things. But what I am is I am myself. And that's all I would ever need is myself.
Right.
the man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said. You know, you're
Right.
going to be responsible no matter who wants to help you, no matter who doesn't want to help you. I've been stopped looking for help a long time ago. Now it's just like, okay, you know, I need my house painted. Here goes some money. Go paint. Thank you.
Right. Well, you can only be you. You got to accept me for me. Anything other
There
than
you
that,
go.
then you got to deal with your own demons in your closet or whatever. But you got your
There you
foot in
go.
the door. You are straight out on the sore path. But what or at what point did you say to yourself, "Damn, I'm really making it"?
Yeah. When I got to LA, it was very tough. I didn't know anyone here. When I arrived in LA, it was very tough. I knew no one here. And so just from there, I started working with different independent companies, and I started flying different artists in from out of state to come and shoot their music video. And I started executive producing a lot of people's music videos. And I have to be a good steward with people's money. So if somebody send me $5,000 to do a project for them, visual project for them. When they got off the plane, I pull up in the Escalade, you know, my Escalade, brand new, you know. We go straight over to the yacht. I've already pledged their money toward the rental of the yacht. That's taken care of. They wanted 5 models. That's taken care of. Everything that they want is taken care of. And so that's what really let me know that I made it, because I was giving opportunities to people that would not have these opportunities had I not sacrificed myself in order to position myself and made it work. I have a very vast background outside of music. It stems in a lot of different industries, from school teacher to manager at the board of education to working in the mental health field. Had over 30 patients at one time. They all run up to me. The parents run up to me. Mr. Miller, thank you so much. You know, my daughter's doing better now. My son is doing better now. My twin boys are doing better now. You know, I worked in the ASOP department as well. ASOP, that's an acronym for adolescent sexual offender program. So I was dealing with a lot of children that had been molested, and monsters make monsters.
Hmm.
So by them growing up being molested, then they was molesting other children. And so I was able to step into those environments and show these kids that this is not the right way to go about things. Look, you know, somebody believe in you, and that person is Mr. Miller, which is me, and things like that. I just gave a lot of kids hope and joy. And from that, I worked in every restaurant it is, and almost every warehouse you can imagine. So I get it with the whole aura of the music business and the fortune and the fame. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to make everybody think that everybody sold drugs to get wherever they got. Well, I
Nah.
mean, let's talk about it. And they might not want to hear this one either, but I'm gonna tell them the truth. Alcohol and marijuana kill less people uh, than sugar. So we can go ahead and look that stat up as well. So people not understanding that sugar, that candy, the high fructose corn syrup inside of your fountain drinks, all of these different things, that stuff kills more people than alcohol and marijuana combined. So
Hmm.
I mean, they still classify marijuana as a drug. That's the only reason I'm saying that. But other than that, you know, it's just one of those things where there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of ways that we can grow as a society, but we have to erase some of these, um, I guess you can say, projections that they put on us, because those projections are just to make somebody else some money at the
Right.
end of the day.
That's right. You got to
There's
be smart
yeah,
enough to go between the lines of that, because they are all out for making their own money, just like the pharmaceuticals and their pills. Those are
yeah.
the number one drug dealers right there. The dang government
There
and
you
the
go. There
pharmaceuticals
you
and the
go.
stuff they.
So you know how it is. Everybody want to, you know, everybody on the rap tip, like, yeah, I'm a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I'm a trapper. I'm not a rapper. I'm a trapper. I never had a job in my life. That's why I'm bringing that up. So I got to give these people some confidence to let them know, hey, man, ain't nothing wrong working a job. I tell you that right now. As a matter of fact, in a business course that I took, a class that I took years ago, it said your very first investor is your job. That's your first investor. Your job is your investor. So if you make $100 a day, take $25 of that, put it to the side.
Right.
Just imagine in 100 days how much money that is.
Right.
But nobody on the major platforms is saying that, because there's a vested interest in knuckleheadism. That's a good
Well,
word for the people.
instead
You
of
know what I
making
mean?
money
So,
for them, working
let
for
me risk
them.
my life to do crime, and then hopefully it works out. And meanwhile, in between time, a large enough number of those people will get incarcerated. And that's, if you look around America, there's a lot of cities and towns that's established. They're pretty much correctional cities. If you remove the prisons, no one in those cities will have a job. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Well, no, you keeping it real, but I'm like that also. But I'm like, if opportunity don't not create it, don't wait around for somebody to hire you for a job to work for
That's right.
them and slave for them, making them the money first. And your
That's
worth, you
right.
got to know your worth. And with the
That's
way
right.
things is going out here, I want the youth to learn how to plant their own tomatoes, make their own,
That's right.
get out here and hustle and grind on the real, because that's what we're going to have to do. I'm not going to get into politics. I don't do that. That's on Wednesday's show, but I know things is going to change
Right.
even more come November. And you better
There
be
you go.
ready for that. Have that money
There you
saved is what you need to do also. But to move on from that, on the show today, we're going to showcase two of your latest hits, Life of a Mobster and Slap the Taste Out Your Mouth. But both songs have been picked up for a movie sync licensing deal. Can you tell me more
Certainly
about
have.
that?
Right. Well, the slap the taste out your mouth is basically grounded in the UFC sister company called Power Slap. So that's where that concept came from. I know a guy that works over at UFC and over at the Power Slap forum, and he approached me in Long Beach one day last year, and he was like, "Hey man, it'd be cool if you make a song like that. I might be able to get it placed." Since then, he had to travel with his family or whatever, so we sort of kind of lost touch with each other. But I still went on with the song with my brother E Slim, and he's from Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to E Slim.
Shout out.
Shouts out to E Slim from Milwaukee. And so he and I made the song together, and now it's placed in Hollywood right now. It just got picked up last month actually, and we're still working on getting it placed inside of the Power Slap. So if anybody out there got those plugs, just hit me up. You know what I mean? And we'll make it happen. Break bread with you, no problem. It's enough money for everybody to eat. But I also have an inside plug over there with the video game creator for the Power Slap that's being designed right now. And so we're gonna get it done either way. And then, for as Life of a Mobster, same thing. I am currently working with some marketing professionals that did the marketing for the Donda album by Kanye West, and also did the Loverboy project with your boy Drake. And so he's, pretty much got, huh? Yeah. So Life of a Mobster, it's more like a warning song. That's what I was telling my brother E Slim a week or two ago. It's sort of like, hello? Okay. It's sort of like a warning song, and that's why in the chorus, I said, I don't know which one of these guys trying to take me out. And another part of the chorus, I said one phone call can get you 20 to life. So it's sort of kind of like a warning song. And if you're a hip hop historian like you guys are, and your listening viewers are, it's like Nas, he made a lot of warning songs. Scarface made a lot of warning songs. MC8 made a lot of warning songs. And so you don't get a lot of warning songs nowadays. You just get a whole lot of, I'm the mobster. I'm going to take over the world. Y'all can't stop me and my team. And we all got the same T-shirts on. And we're going to go ham if y'all get in our way. Right. And that's not my approach. So the root of the life of a mobster, is, even in the very first verse I started out, I said, I bleed tears. You know what I mean? Thinking about these grimy years turn into months. Months turn into weeks. Weeks turn into day for day in these streets. They say I'm money hungry. I'm a beast. I got an appetite for Keith, stocks and bonds. So it just, I bet the Reaper side with me when it's time to go home. So leave the porch light on, crack the door. I'll be back. Return with white kush and room temperature yet. So it sort of kind of just breaks down the day-to-day of a person that's grinding and just all in about the grind.
Hey, a lot of people can relate to that. It's a great song. I'm honored to present to you on the Queen Silvy Show, Life of a Mobster, Rich OG.
Recognize. Hey, awesome. Come on.
Let's get this straight now. I never fucked anybody over in my life. It never come.
No.
All I have in this world is my balls and my word. And I don't break them for no.
Recognize the life of a monster. I don't know which one of y'all gon' try to take me out. Recognize the life of a monster. A ton of fucking money, but never cozy on the couch.
I bleed tears, reflecting on these grimy years. Turn into months, months turn into weeks, weeks turn into day for day in these streets. They say I'm money hungry, ha, I'm a beast, I got an appetite for keep. Stocks and bonds, I bet the reaper side with me when it's time to go home. So leave the porch slide on, crack the door, I'll be back. Returning with white kush and room temperature gap. Killing me, it's like killing your future ideal. So I'ma let you live long enough to obtain a meal. And after that, I'm coming for my 80%. Back in the day, it was a call extortion, I called it quick. I'm reinforced, now I'm debating, should I act on it? Draw it from a piece of paper with a secret on it. And like the last man standing, the one to break the tiebreaker, I guess that's how they planned it, but I'm still expanding.
The DEA tried to run me out my house. Recognize the life of a monster. Sleep don't come too easy when you're from the south.
Shop never closes, and you know this. Walk into the jewelry store with 2 dozens of roses. One for the owner, cause she on my dick. And the 2 lessons shopping for diamonds, they gon' have to split it. Remind me of the scene from that fucking shot of Split. But the difference is our 3 bitches gonna meet me at 6. Here's the black card number, cause ain't shit in the fridge. Outfits, you won't need them, I'ma adjust your reels. Skilled at making it happen. I'll put immunity a job to lead the mob. Work for the cars, how can I lead something I play from the start? Just like asking black folks not tomorrow, but asking the guys not to be scared of the dark, but asking your family over time to grow apart or begging for mercy. When you didn't play your part, that'll never happen. If the countermeasures start.
One conversation can get you 22 life. Recognize the life of a monster. Doing what's wrong, cause what is so when you're doing what's right.
Trust, it's a tough concept. Live your whole life and not learn shit. It'll break it down. Now you a hermit. Disappointed at the motherfuckers you put your faith in. Play this record again and try to catch the clues. I'm dropping more jewels than the evening news. What's knowledge? The shit you learn without a scholarship. The do's and don'ts, the meaning of set trip. I got an old rusted pistol, but the shit spit bullets. You're laughing now, you can get it, so come looking. Got a modified boss bird, sight is crooked. Shoot it sideways, the compensate, shooting booking. Not much for jumpers. Jumpers don't give me hundreds. Hundreds give me fresh. Fresh give me the number. Numbers give me the Tommy. Tommy give me the brain. I'm halfway there. Just keep driving the lane.
Of a monster. Pain and success goes hand in hand. Recognize the life of a monster. Target on your head, cause niggas know that you the man.
Yeah, living life of a mobster. That's what's up. You know, in that picture, I think I've seen that car.
Yes,
You
I
feel
shot
me?
the music video down in Atlanta the first week of March,
Mhm.
and I had that vehicle. Yes, that is
Nice,
a
nice.
1958 Jaguar,
That's
the only
what's up.
one that's out on the streets in North and South America that's not in the museum. We're making it happen.
Right?
How did you get away with that West Coast beat down in Atlanta?
I snuck in and snuck out.
I caught that.
Hey, that's called versatility amongst my skill.
you.
Because no matter where I am, I can bring it for the people. And that's what's up. So, out of your songs, do you use your personal experience as fuel for your lyrics?
Definitely. Yeah. All my personal experiences for sure. I like to be authentic and genuine with everything that comes out of my mouth. So I don't know how to turn off being real. It's just like an automatic switch when it comes to being real. Yeah.
That's what's up. So what messages do you want someone who just checking out your music? What is the messages that you send throughout your music?
Well, as you saw in the third verse of that song, I said trust.
Right.
It's a tough concept. Spend your whole life and not learn shit. It'll break you down. Poof. Now you a hermit.
Right.
Disappointed at the motherfuckers you put your faith in. I deal with that all the time. I lost like over $70,000. It was either last year or the year before. This shit becomes a blur to me because money just flows so much, the rich OG. So, we don't cry with spilled milk, you know what I mean? But
I like it.
that had nothing to do with music. That had nothing to do with that.
You better cut it out. I'm gonna say right now, reach in your pocket and flick it. Let me see it, Cole.
Let me see it. With me right now. I just woke up. That shit in the house.
Make it rain.
Yeah, that's what they use. Make it rain.
Damn hurricane. Forget the rain.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. out here. I just woke up. I made sure I got up for you guys because I was up to like 2 or 3. So, I have a dog kennel too. I haven't even fed my dogs yet. I breed cane corsos.
That's what's
so
up.
If anybody out there needed an Italian cane corso, I got them on deck.
Hey, them some good looking dogs. The one that I saw, and I was like, oh, look at that big old head. That must be a male dog. But then you talked and you said she, and it was a girl. I'm like, wow, you got some pretty big girl. We have a girl boxer, and she looks small compared to your dog. You take very good care. Right. What do you feed them dogs? Raw meat or food?
Steroids.
I feed them kibble most times because I don't trust the production of raw meat in this country anymore. So I don't want my dogs to get sick and blame me.
Right. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's messed up. Your dog bites you. Why are you feeding me this shit?
You're right. Exactly. See, let me give you a quick little knowledge about cane corso. It's 4 dog breeds. Since you mentioned your boxer, it's 4 dog breeds that makes the cane corso, and that's the Rottweiler, the boxer, the Mastiff, and it's a dog that's extinct. It's called the Italian Corso. And so those 4 bloodlines actually makes a cane corso, Italian Mastiff. Yeah,
that's what's up. That's interesting indeed. I'm glad he had boxer in there because I love my dog. But you are successfully, because it's apparent you are successfully in the game as a solopreneur, a businessman, a consultant, author, musician. But tell me, how do you, Rich OG, how do you prioritize your mindset to stay healthy and focused on the path and your legacy?
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I knew you was gonna say that. You spot on. Well, I just keep it simple, and I always lead with, I'm trying to be the change I want to see, and that's what I'm rooted in. I want to be the change that I want to see. I'm a very forgiving person. So all of that is tied into organizational skills, because you can frustrate yourself about many, minuscule things. And, when it's really not even that necessary in the grand scheme of things. We're living in a country where these people spend $5 to $10 million per rocket and per missile. And so they are launching 50 to 200 missiles at one instant, and it's like, well, we stressed out about the clothes got to get out the cleaners and who didn't come to work today, and like, oh wow. So I just try to think from a higher plane, and that's how I stay organized. I also have a lot of companies. I don't want to mention them all, but I do want to mention my trucking company that I have in Nashville with my cousin Cadillac JR, and the trucking company is called Mile Runners. And so once again, I'm able to employ people, and so they can feed their families. That's what I take pride in. But yeah, from the time that I wake up, it's a situation. From the time I wake up, it's a situation where, boom, I hit the ground running. I take care of the dogs. First thing I do before I even get out of bed is check text messages, check emails, return calls as I'm moving around at the top of the day, return emails as I'm moving around from the top of the day. And
That's
that's
what's
what I'm
up.
on right there.
That's what's
And
up.
that keeps me grounded. Yeah, that keeps me grounded and just tackling everything as soon as it comes, never putting off to tomorrow the things that I can do today.
That's right. Handle it and move on next. That's what you do. You know, rap
Yeah.
has actually transformed into an art form that all generations fall in love with, you know. And you doing
Yes.
your thing. When it's all said and done, what's your legacy that you want to be? What's your legacy?
When it's all said and done, I just want people to know that was a talented fellow that was determined and that had no shame in hard work. I think we have to get out of that shaming people for job shaming and oh he worked at the mall. I've never worked at the mall. I'm just giving an example that there's nothing wrong with working at the mall. I mean, it's a melanated problem that I think is festering and it shouldn't be this way because we were the hardest working people known to the planet. That's why they, took some of us from our motherland and brought us here because they saw how
Right?
hard working we were, but they disoriented us and made us attack each other. And so now it's like, okay, let me take these jobs out of Akron and out of different places and put illegal things in replace of it. And I mean, they didn't leave you a lot of options. You know what I mean? You have to do something to feed yourself and you can't uproot yourself and move somewhere else.
Right?
So it's just, yeah. So that's just one of those things. Yep.
That is so true. That's a whole nother show because we can get down on some stuff like that right there
You
on
know,
the
I'm
real.
always available for you, Queen. Just
Oh
let me
my
know.
gosh. But let me just tell you that, you know, there's good music, there's bad music, there's good rap, and there's also bad rap. You feel me? Rap music wouldn't even be what it is today if it were not for original rappers like yourself who's paving the
Thank
way
you.
for our generations to come. But, you know, for someone that's confused and has not found their voice or their right path, whether they're going good or bad, share with me some of your hardships that you've experienced, or maybe even some surprising lessons that you've learned along the way that can help a newcomer in the game.
Well, with any goal that you have, there's going to take a high, immense level of sacrifice. So you can't be scared to step out on a limb and like you said, believe in so many words, believe in yourself. Put it on your back, put it all on your back. Try to get people involved. If they don't want to be involved, there's nothing you can do about it. Stand on your square. And that's a term that originated with the Masons. A lot of people don't know that. I wasn't supposed to say that. But I say stuff I'm not supposed to say all the time. So whatever,
You
right?
just keep
They can
saying what
only
you ain't supposed to say because it's keeping it real. You
That's
feel
right,
me?
Hiram. Keep your mouth quiet.
yeah, you know how this goes. So, but yeah, some of my trials and tribulations, I guess, is just people look at you strange when they see you making this high level of sacrifice. Like I put it all in the game. Damon Dash once said that he said, "I don't have any money." That's how we made Rockefeller. Every dollar that we got, we put it back into the game. Every dollar, and of course, you have to put everything in its proper context. Of course, you got to feed yourself. You got to drink some champagne, but we're talking about, like he said, bottom line is, hey, every dollar we got, we put it back into the game. This is why, Jay-Z had his private jet back in 97, 98, the first one that he owned, because they took the money and they put it back in the game. A lot of people get the money and they don't put it back in the game. So if you're not being seen, if you're not being heard, you're not relevant. So one of the biggest discrepancies in the music business is that, like you said, as an independent person, everybody's preaching independent, 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 but they don't understand the money that's required to be independent. For example, if the Queen had a magazine called Queen Media, and it was like the #1 magazine in the world, you have editors to pay, you have photographers to pay, you have graphic design to pay. So
Team.
I mean, it's a lot of people. You got to pay yourself too, right? So it's a lot of people that have to be paid. And so what the independent artists don't understand, which the common terminology with a lot of artists would be, I'm not gonna pay to play. The problem with that is that microphone you're talking on costs money.
Mm-hmm.
And so for you to advertise this show that we're doing right now might cost you $10,000 in order for you to get the results that you're looking for out of this one interview. And so the laymen really don't understand that no one showed them. One of the first things that they do to control an environment is to remove the mentors from the environment and make every generation start from scratch. is that every generation has to start from scratch because there's no guide to show people the way through the valley. And so that's really what it comes down to. The trials and the tribulations is just day for day. You know, like I said in the beginning of the song, day for day in these streets, day for day in this thing called life, you have to maneuver your way through the maze. So I don't really see any hardships. Hardships is really in the perception. You should expect to pay for studio time. You should expect the studio to crash and lose all your files, and now you got to pay all over again. I've done that before. You should expect another studio to upgrade their equipment, and now you got to do a whole nother album with that studio, you know, because now you're like, oh, this sound, your new sound is better. Not knowing, or do you realize that you started spending so much money with them that they was allowed to upgrade their equipment, and now that their equipment is upgraded, they're charging more off the money that you spent.
Right.
I was taught a long time ago, buy all your tools yourself so people can come pay you. It took a long time for me to learn that. Once I finally learned that, 2 studios got broken. I lost 2 studios. People broke in my studios and stole my studios. So that will be considered a hardship. There's no way around that. I don't know if you remember on the headlines 3 or 4 years ago, they broke in Exhibit's location, one of his warehouses out here in California, in the LA area, in the Beverly Hills type of area. And so they came in with masks, they stole all the machines, all his equipment and everything. So it's like, man, how can you bounce back from a hardship like that? Well, it's not much you can do. I mean, you can go back to the floods, the Katrina floods. They flooded out, you know, a lot of the Cash Money record studios and houses down there. That's a hardship. It's not much you can do about that. You know, you have to sort of kind of laugh and smile to prevent from crying.
Well, let me just
take it on the chin and go ahead.
That's all right. But you're right. You're on point with that. But, you know, I always tell people, even the youngest teens and all, keep a backup plan on everything. If you have a backup plan on everything, you won't be so stressed out when shit happens because you got a backup plan. Make yourself a priority. If opportunity doesn't knock, fucking create the opportunity. Don't wait for nobody. Save your money up for a rainy day, as Granny and them always used to say, pulling money out of socks and stuff that they done saved their money. You know what I'm saying? But
that's right.
You can have somebody in your camp. You can have somebody on your street, somebody in your face that don't want to see Rich OG succeed. You feel me? How do you handle, what's the best advice there is in handling criticism and hate? Because it's there. You're going to get that.
Yeah. It should be to expected. Right.
So how do you handle that?
Well, I just tune it out. Really, to be real with you, I tune it out. I live such an isolated life. I love it. I live such an isolated life. I love it. I learned a long time ago. Look, check this out. If you walk into your bedroom right now, close the door, sit on the bed, guess what? It's peaceful. There is nothing to worry about. The worries come when you bring other people into your domain. That's where it comes. But your greatest peace is sitting alone. Hence the reason why Mike Tyson quoted himself, quoting Mike in so many words, paraphrasing. He said, the most peace I had was the 3 years I spent in prison. That's what Mike said. He said when I was in the hole for however much time he was in the hole for, he was like, this was the best peace I ever had. The next person, they was pretty much losing themselves because, you know, they was used to attention. Mike was used to attention, was trying to get away from the attention. Right. Because everybody's trying to, like you said, they're trying
always
to
in the side of your neck.
Yeah. So the way I navigate, you know, through all of the craziness and the unpredictables is in just, you know, I live in solidarity. I'm comfortable in my own skin. There used to be a wrestler back in the day called a one-man gang. So I'm like, hey, man, I can conquer the whole world by myself. I got a car full of angels with me. You can't see them, but they can see me.
Right.
You know, and just do right by people. Just do right by people. I think doing right by people is a genuine thing. And I think the people that don't do right by people is a learned behavior. Someone taught them not to do right by people in order to advance themselves. And that type of mentality ultimately crashes them out.
Right.
You can't build like that.
Right.
So, I mean, we know No Diddy is going through something similar now. I wasn't supposed to say that.
You add comedian on there because I was
well, you know, I was the class clown, you know. Memphis Most Wanted. It is what it is.
All right.
I will make you laugh.
So what about your motto? What is Rich OG's motto or words to live by?
The 3 E's to success was taught to me by Captain Phil McGee. The 3 E's to success was taught to me by Captain Phil McGee. Effort, enthusiasm, efficiency. That's it. And accountability is very important. So again, it goes back to I will continue to be the change that I want to see. I have a friend that makes music and shoot videos down south. And I remember I went to his house one day and we had a meeting with a DJ. And he was like, man, the DJ ain't answering the phone. He ain't answering the phone, man. I was like, well, hold up, relax. Let me ask you something, brother. Don't be mad at me, but let me ask you something. He said, what's up, big bro? I said, how many times I done called you and you didn't answer the phone? Guess what he said? Oh, man, don't do me like that, big bro. Don't do me like that. I'm like, I ain't doing you nothing. I don't feel no kind of way. Because if I did, I wouldn't be here right now with you, my brother. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to take a step back and you need to adjust yourself before you try to adjust everybody else. Once you start adjusting yourself first, you're going to live a beautiful life. And that's that on that.
Now, Yes We Can is the name of a mixtape that you're on with some other big artists like Cardi B and Busta Rhymes, Kanye West.
Right.
Tell me more about that and how others can obtain it.
Oh, yeah. So go to DJ Ron G, famous world-renowned DJ out of New York. DJ Ron G. So I've been knowing DJ Ron G for almost 10 years, like between 9 and 10 years now. And so I just tapped in with him earlier this year, like, hey, I got the new single out. He was like, you want to put it on the mixtape? You know, I got the green light for you, bro, because I worked with him before. And he was loving what I did then, and he loved the song so much now that, you know, he made my official artwork part of the presentation package. So if anybody want to get that, just go to djrong.com, or either you can go to DJ Ron G on Instagram and just tap in, look for Rich OG, you know, and just tap in, Life of a Mobster. Because the record I had with Ron G at first years ago was called Independent Hustler. That's why the hustler just slipped out just then, because I was thinking about the past and the present at the same time.
That's all
just
right.
for clarity points.
That's all right. That's all right. So, you know, before we go out with Slap the Taste Out Your Mouth, tell everybody how you can be followed on social media and how others can obtain any and all of your music that's available.
Thank you so much, Queen, first and foremost, for having me on your platform. I'm very delighted and elated. I've told everybody I could tell that it's going up. The Queen is rocking with me. And so if the Queen rocking with me, how can I lose? So just go to richog.com, the official website, RICHOG, richog.com. Just go to my website, click on the Spotify tab, and you're going to see all of my latest music right there. As well as interviews, and I will make sure this interview is going to be uploaded as well. And you can also follow me on Instagram, which is Rich OG Life. That's it right there, Rich OG Life on Instagram. And yeah, everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. Once you go to my website, you're going to see all the different icons with YouTube and everything else. And just tap in with me, and anything you guys need out there. Any, you know, your viewers need any production, I can handle it. Mixing and mastering, I record and mix and master at one of the studios in Hollywood that has won a lot of Grammys and all kind of different things. Lil Wayne goes there. If you need mixing and mastering, I can tap you in with that as well. Artwork, I can tap you in. I have people that's in-house that design some of the best artwork you ever seen. Tap you anything you need, from the rooter to the tutor, as we say down south.
From the rooter to the
Rich
tutor.
OG can get it done. Get it done. And whatever you need. And if I can't get it done, the Queen can get it done. The Queen can't get it done, I can get it done.
And if the Queen can't get it done, she got a resource to send you to somewhere where it can happen. You don't never turn down nobody without putting in some effort and trying to make that difference. But is there anything that you want to add that I perhaps did not say that you'd like to say?
Well, the last thing I want to say is just shouts out to all the producers out there in the world. Don't give up. Just keep making your beats. Do what you got to do. You know, shouts out to Caesar down in Florida, showing a lot of love with the beats. Vasquez down in Venezuela, going through a lot of turmoil with the war and the poverty going on down there. Shouts out to B-Dub in Germany, another one of my producers. Alexander Hinkle, another one of my producers in Germany. Block out there in Germany, shouts out to him. Cali Cushion, Tennessee, Drama Boy in Tennessee. DJ Super Wheels, even Jay Walker on the West Coast. I said even Jay Walker because he and I, we didn't see eye to eye here and there throughout the years. I've been knowing him for 13 years though. Even shouts out to that gentleman as well. And most importantly, shouts out to my brother E Slim from Milwaukee and my cousin Cadillac JR. Cadillac JR and I, we got a group we just formed. We're gonna be working on some stuff. So just be on the lookout for that Rich OG. If you're gonna be in New York first week in June, I'll be up there doing a music video as well to a salsa inspired song, so we can get our dance on with the, with the Latin culture as well. And we're embracing all cultures. And I just want to leave y'all with number love from the Rich OG. And thank you so much, Queen, for taking out the time in your day, in your life. Hey. And let's keep going up, y'all.
Hey, we do what we do, right?
Hey,
that's what it is. Now, you know what? I've seen videos on television with men and women in that slapping your face contest. I think they kind of got that from the women in the hood, because mama and them will slap you if you talk out of place and knock you out. But it's a great it's a great song. It's a great video. Lead me up to it, if you will. Slap the taste out your mouth.
Slap the taste out your mouth. So, hey, it's a hot song, and yeah.
I wouldn't do that contest myself, would you?
I would not do that contest at this time in my life, but I used to be an amateur boxer and I used to be a street fighter. So back in the days, I definitely would do that, but not for $10,000. They would have to give me a lot more. They're only paying out 5 to 10 right now.
Well, that's gonna be your medical bill.
Exactly. Your neck gets swapped off your head gets slapped off your neck. Then what you do?
Right. But society gonna do anything they can to make that money. You know what I'm saying?
You sure know what to
do
say.
What it is that they got to do.
So I think it'll be a great thing to invest in. If anybody want to hit the stock market and put a couple of chips into that, I think you might win with that one.
Right? Hey, it's a sport, nevertheless, that so many people is into. I just like to be the one to watch them get their smacked out like that. But it is what it is. No more than basketball or any other sport that's out there making money. It's a great song. I know that this song, "Slap the Taste Out Your Mouth," is really going to go up there because so many people can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? And those that's in their field there can also want to relate to that. So, hey, it's a great song. Before I play this, I would want to thank you so very much for taking the time being here on the show. You are welcome back anytime. There's so much other things that we can get in depth and talk about, and you are more than welcome to come back on the show. I'm going to go out right now with Rich OG. Write that down, Rich OG Life. Going to get yourself hooked up and enjoy. Slap the taste out your mouth. And we'll be back after this.
No.
Slap the taste out your mouth. 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 I think he passed out. Think he passed out. Slap the taste out your mouth. 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 Slap the. I could kick him, but I'd rather slap the taste out your mouth. Make you remember the sound. Got something to say when the elevator door closed. Solange and Jay, not a clip in sight, but I'm still LA. Not an Afro pump, you can catch your fade. A backhand that put you back out on the blade. A slap down, drop it. World trade to a different team for the #1 draft pick. Trust me, this ain't Will and Chris. The slap heard across the world. Stones and sticks. You might want to do some shoulder shrugs, your neck to twig. Break bones, I'll let it up with breaking bread. There's no breaking bad. I'm aiming for your head. This is a legal slap down. You can't call the feds. I got you right where I want you. Time to shake up them dreads with an open hand. And if this goes the distance to overtime, I hit you with a backhand. Make your ears ring. Now you're seeing stars bling. Welcome to the slap down starring Rich OG. Slap the taste out your mouth. 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 I think he passed out. Think he passed out. Slap the taste out your mouth. 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 Slap
stop playing, got my slap pen activated. Slap the spirit from your body, they ain't fabricated. Stand there, let me show you how this demonstrated. I know it's hard, only time a slap is tolerated. Big and tall, short and small, I got slaps for y'all. All in all, have you ever hit a steel wall? One swing, man fall, ref make the call. The bad one, I was left with time to hit them all. This a grown man, not for little boys event. The taste slapped out your mouth, what we can't prevent. Ever seen a jaw crack from a hard slap? 60 seconds, ain't no other round after that.
Slap the taste out your mouth. 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 I think he passed out. Think he passed out. Slap the taste out your mouth. 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 I think he passed out. Think he passed out. Slap the taste out your mouth. 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 Slap the.
Slap the taste out your mouth.
I ain't down with that.
That is a jam. I'm digging that there. That gotta make me.
I mean, getting slapped. I ain't gotta take that upside my head.
I enjoy watching
in the
that.
ear and shit. I was like, you could lose your hearing.
You use a lot of things when you get slapped the wrong or the right way, as they want to put it. But you know what? I love the song. You know, the song goes with that video, that sport so great. You about to make some real serious cha-ching on that one right there.
Probably.
As well as some serious cha-ching in Life of a Mobster, because listen, all of the music of Rich OG is B-A-D. You like that, Rich OG? B-A-D. Go and check him out, Rich OG Life, and get yourself connected to some great music. Subscribe on his website, if you will, to keep in contact and keep up to all the latest things that he's doing. But hey, we were honored to have some greatness. Oh, we always give greatness on the show, but you know, it was great to have a great, intelligent person.
Rich
very
some
smart.
time with us. Yep, Rich OG.
Rich OG got a good head on the shoulder. He about that money, money, money. He about helping people. He about making a difference, spreading the word. So it's an all-around good thing on this terrific Tuesday. I do want you to know that, yes, I'm fasting. I just had my cup of tea, and I'm ready to smash my face with some food. And I want you to also pass the word around, because every Tuesday we have the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. That is at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Check your time zones, if you will, but do join us. And then there's Wednesday with Tim's Tidbits. Special co-host Larry E. Last week we had a very special co-host fill in. So Big Mike was doing his thing, and that is in the evenings, by the way, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. And again, check your time zones. Then join us for Thursday. That is the Now You Know show with Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, bringing you some inspirational, encouraging, motivating
potpourri of entertainment, Queen.
Potpourri of entertainment, all coming from the heart. Just for you, from some great people. That's fantastic. And that, too, is in the evening, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. And again, do check your time zones, but join us for all the super greatness, because we aim to bring the best in live entertainment, talents, topics, and resources from around the world just for you, baby. For who, Smooth? You. That's right. Hey,
I got a long finger. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. I'm like checking that out. Like, Tell everybody how we can be followed on social media.
Oh, you can Google us. We're Googleable. Easier yet, go to our YouTube site, The Queen Silvy Show, or just The Queen Silvy Show inside of YouTube. You can get us. It's a piece of cake. We're all over the place. We're here. We're there.
We're not underdog, but that's what.
Now you're telling your age.
It sounds like you were going to say, well, you know, whatever. I'm proud of my age.
I don't know nothing about no underdog cartoon.
Well, that's what it sounded like that you were doing, but nevertheless.
I'm not that old.
Well, you know. Do you know? All right.
Well,
hey, you know what? Go out and make the best of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, whatever whatever you do, make the best of it. Stay positive. Be kind to one another. Right? And with that said,
till next week, we are so out of here. Bye, people.
Hey, this is Rocky Athos, the Texas Tornado, and you're listening to The Queen Silvy Show. You guys keep rocking the blues.